Let me ask you something. Do you know what you're worth? Not what your bank account says, not what your job title says, not what anybody has spoken over you in a negative way. I mean, do you know what God says you're worth? Do you know what He has placed in your hands? Because today I want to talk about something that too many of us are doing without even realizing it. We are despising our birthright. What you say? Last time we talked about the Absalom effect, how to stop chasing customers and start making yourself findable. We talked about catching what flows through the gate and teaching it to someone else. We said to catch it and teach it, right? But today I want to go deeper because before you can catch it and teach it, you have to first understand what you are carrying. You have to understand the value of what God has placed in your hands. And to do that, I want to take you back to Genesis chapter 25. Now, in this chapter, Jacob and Esau were twin brothers, sons of Isaac, grandson of Abraham, and in that culture, the firstborn son held a birthright. And that birthright was everything. It was the inheritance, the position, the role, the spiritual leader, and the head of the family. It was a valuable, beyond measure position. Esau was firstborn. He was born first. The birthright belonged to him by right of position. But here's where it gets interesting, okay? Genesis 25 verse 29 says that Jacob was a mild man. He wasn't out in the field wearing himself out. He was resting, and while he was resting in God's presence, he cooked up a strategy. Now Esau came in from the field weary and all worn out, and he said, "Give me some of that red stew." Put RS in the chat, red stew. He said, "I'm about to die." And Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright first." Now watch Esau's response. He said, "Look, I'm about to die. What good is a birthright to me right now?" And he sold it for a bowl of soup. Again, that red stew, y'all. And the Bible says in verse 34, Esau despised his birthright. Now, let me bring this home. You and I have a birthright, not just a natural inheritance, a kingdom inheritance. 2 Corinthians 5:20 says that we are ambassadors for Christ. And Matthew 5:13 says that we are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. This is our position. This is our role. This is our birthright. And God has been consistent about what He requires of us in that role. Micah 6:8 says, "He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." And Jesus echoed the same heart in Matthew 23:23 when He rebuked the Pharisees for neglecting the weightier matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. So, how do we despise our birthright? Well, the same way Esau did, by not valuing what we have been given. We despise our birthright when we don't show up in the marketplace to solve people's problems. Okay, PP, y'all put that in the chat. We despise it when we sit in meetings, we get inspired, and we go home and do nothing. We despise it when we become people pleasers or self pleasers instead of God pleasers. Okay, put GP in the comments, y'all. GP, God pleasers. We trade our kingdom assignment for temporary comfort, just like Esau traded his entire future for a bowl of soup. And just like Esau, we say, "What good is it to me right now?" We let our urgency and weariness talk us out of our destiny. But then there's Jacob. Jacob was a mild man. He wasn't wearing himself out in the field. He was resting in God's presence, and while he rested, he strategized. He knew the value of what Esau was carrying, even when Esau didn't, and he positioned himself to receive it. That is the kingdom entrepreneur mindset, y'all. You don't have to wear yourself out chasing customers, chasing opportunities, chasing validation. You rest in God, you strategize in His presence, and you position yourself at the gate, just like we talked about last time, to receive what is already flowing your way. Jacob Value Esau, what Esau despised. Don't be an Esau, be a Jacob. Your birthright is not just for you, it is for the people God has assigned to you. How can you love people and watch them starve? Feed God's people. FGP, y'all. Put that in the comments. Feed God's people. Show up in the marketplace, solve their problems, lift up the King of glory, and let him draw the crowd. Jesus said, "If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me." That is your attractive rights. AR, y'all. Put that in the comments. Attractive rights. Use them. Honor your birthright. Don't trade your kingdom assignment for comfort, for fear, or for the opinions of other people. I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm showing up. I'm valuing what God placed in my hands, and I'm inviting you to do the same. If this teaching blessed you, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Head on over to thekingdombillionaires.com and join the Financial IQ Challenge with Rick the Wealth Coach, my mentor and my friend. And if you want your own copy of the Wealth Formula by Coach Rick and Myron Golden, write to the team at info@stellarwealthmanagement.com and request your copy today. Don't despise what God has placed in your hands. Value it, walk in it, and change your world. Blessings.